everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Eagles going up against the Redskins. With that, we'll send you up to FedEx Field and join our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column. Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins. Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance. They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards. And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 16 on the pickup. And that leads to a Washington first down. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down. And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And boy, the payoff was good. First offensive series forthcoming. Deshaun Jackson, wide receiver that certainly needs no introduction in this league. He's truly one of those don't blink guys, because as soon as you do, he's past you and in the end zone, and doesn't mind letting you know about it too. Cousins now on second down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia. Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills. Third and short yardage. Cousins. Jordan Reed has it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Cousins on first down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Ooh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit. An illegal contact on a quarterback, the defenders really have to get in line.
So the chains are on their sides. It's first, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And here we go on first and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. Third and goal for Cousins. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Mason. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
They'll run here with Mason. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all. But you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed it. Totally missed it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Reed with it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Second down, Cousins. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold. And
no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Let's go. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
All right, partner, let's go back over left. Last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
Here we go now. Green 39.
3rd and long for Cousins. And incomplete. He had didn't know where to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Charles, that's an important third down stop. You don't want to spot him 2 touchdowns here early.
You're trying to slow momentum down. You've already given up the score. They're coming right back at you. You're exactly right. Being able to hold them there and force a decision on fourth down, that's big for the defense.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
To start the drive to Mason. And some space here. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. That penalty is declined.
Kaepernick now on first down. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Charles on the slant. You always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep the defender away.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward.
Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch.
So 2nd and 10 here. They come out here in the eye. Kaepernick to throw on second down. He's got time. Now he'll escape to his left. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Josh Norman was not a first-round pick when he entered the NFL, but he always thought he should be. Never lacked for confidence, and now he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going for it. It's Kaepernick. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Then they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's go!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They do go for it. It's Kaepernick, and that's caught by Tammy. 5 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. One quarter in the books. 10-zip our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So they're operating in the red zone. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Kaepernick, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Bennett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, we've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Holding offense.
So off the... Times you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. To throw, Kaepernick completes it to Aguilar. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6, an unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
On play action, Cousins. He'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Brandon Graham in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
That's taken on the 25.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Kaepernick now on first down. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it'll be first down, Eagles.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here we go, first and 10 now. Kaepernick now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. Fletcher Cox in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. Looking left sideline, incomplete. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
With it is Jackson. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will come back onto the field for the first and 10. And here come the Redskins now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Here's the option going right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 3rd and long for Cousins. Caught on the right side. Reed. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. A dump off for Mason. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we get this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Bennett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look?
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Trent Murphy in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down following the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Now, check. Patriot.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Cousins. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And Folk's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This is taken at his 4. Ooh, with a juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw, Kaepernick. Ertz has it left side. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, Kaepernick escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here.
Illegal block in the back.
looking from the gun. It's Kaepernick. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Perry Riley. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A look at Washington as they... come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This one caught by Crowder. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Redskins are going to get a 1st down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now
hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Again, it's Cousins. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
To throw is Cousins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Jordan Reed, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. On third and long, it's Kaepernick. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They do go for it. It's Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon.
Hey, Charles, can you give me water? Geez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Kaepernick, and Beasley with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. On second down, here's Kaepernick. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. 91. Hey, 91.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
While incomplete pass over doesn't look like a big play, the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
First down. Here's Cousins. Now to the left here to Reed. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Cedric Thornton, the one that got him down. So this is the 2nd consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back?
Now, loose football. The ball comes out.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Kaepernick now on first down. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Kaepernick now on first down. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And his throw is incomplete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
On first down, Kaepernick. Ginn has it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
To throw, Kaepernick. This will be caught at about the 6. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Second down now after the pass completion. And a give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. Another pistol look here. On third down, Cousins finding time. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Now it's Ginn. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
To throw, Kaepernick. Ertz over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now they run. It's Mason. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Kaepernick will try again on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And Ginn's got it. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Trey Mason, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Here we go now. 319. Hot 319.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was a nice play by the defense, but the offense can't let that one play define them. Let it go, move on, and start over again.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when there's a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. Big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Second down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Under pressure, they got him again. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Cousins now on second down, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lardarius Webb. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Roughing the pass here, but Charles, that's a good call. But these days, you know, quarterbacks, they're very protective.
We know how protected they are, and if it's anything borderline, they're going to get the call. But as a defender, that's hard to swallow sometimes because there's so many of these bang-bang plays.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Give him 22 on that one. And it'll be first down, Washington. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He finds his target. It's Crowder. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Play action. Now Kaepernick. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Oh, he stays up, fighting him off. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
Here's Jacob Shum now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really...
Jordan Reed, 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This is taken at the 3. They juked him. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And he was able to find a very soft spot in that zone coverage.
I love that term, Brandon. That soft spot where you find the open area.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Trent Murphy getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Into the Redskins. Have it they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Textbook defense. Nowhere to go for the runner. They get there. They make the tackle. Play over.
And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position. Help out your team.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's Ginn. Whoosh. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles take possession. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word. I just kept using it.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Kaepernick. His throw incomplete.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get 1 step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flags.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing now is Kaepernick. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jacob Tamme, there. And it's 3rd and 5. Kaepernick to throw again. Steps away to his left. He may try and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Colin Kaepernick, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
after the touchdown. It's Sturgis to send it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Dancing to his left. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves him at 3rd and 1. Now Kaepernick. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A gain of 8 and a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now, Kaepernick again. Eluding the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles are back within a score. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film section, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? Going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th downs, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
All right, here we go.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now a play fake here on first down. Hurts has it left side. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? I mean, you're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't. And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right?
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Kaepernick now to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st and 10. Here's Kaepernick. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Trey Mason with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. On the catch, it's Crowder. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. On 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does it. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. It fights him off. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Philadelphia, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Washington, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we sign off from Landover.